Hi, I'm Michelle Bege with a look at what's happening in Latin America now. But first, our news trivia.
Global pop superstar Madonna will perform at a free mega concert. In which Latin American city will the concert be held? We'll have the answer later. Panama is holding its presidential elections this weekend, and it's an uncertain race. There are 8 candidates in the running, and the one who gets the most votes this weekend will be named the new leader. Panama has no second round of votes and no minimum threshold to win. Who's leading the polls? José Raúl Mulino, a former security minister who was thrust to the top of the presidential ticket after Panamanian authorities disqualified former President Ricardo Martinelli. Behind him are Ricardo Lombana, Rómulo Rux, and former President Martín Torrijos. All 3 are in a virtual tie for second place. In Peru, 25 people are dead after a passenger bus went off the road and down a 300-meter slope into the Sendamal River. The accident occurred Sunday night. The bus was reportedly carrying 50 passengers when it crashed. Recovery efforts are ongoing. Authorities believe that some passengers were swept away by the current. Mexico is taking Ecuador to the International Court of Justice. The Mexican government claims that Ecuador violated international law when it sent police into the Mexican embassy in Quito to arrest a man who had been granted political asylum by Mexico. Jorge Glass, former vice president of Ecuador, had been living in the embassy since December. Glass was found guilty of corruption by an Ecuadorian court. Ecuador says that Mexico violated the Vienna Convention by granting asylum to a convicted criminal. The case will take months to be reviewed by the International Court.
Now let's check out what stories we're following for next week.
We're following the aftermath of a deadly ambush in southern Chile. Armed assailants killed 3 law enforcement officers before setting their car on fire. It's still unclear who carried out the assault, which took place in the Biobío region, about 400 kilometers from the capital, Santiago. But the region has been the site of a long simmering conflict between the Mapuche indigenous community and landowners and forestry companies. The feud has intensified in recent years. The president promised no impunity will be given. Meanwhile, the government has imposed a state of emergency and deployed military to provide security. And now the answer to our news trivia. The answer is B. Madonna is set to perform this weekend, May 4th, at Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The mega show is the final stop on her world tour called the Celebration Tour. The show is being billed as the biggest of her career, a career that spans 4 decades. The concert will be free, and tickets will be given on a first-come, first-served basis. The performance will also be broadcast on television.
And that's it for this week. We'll see you again soon on Latin America Now.